Hello everybody, it's Coach K with MajorToCareer.org. If you're new, thank you so much for watching. If you're returning, welcome back. I decided to start this YouTube channel as a way to help professionals make those connections from their major to career. I must admit, it is very confusing. A lot of people know the names of the majors, but they don't quite know what to do with it, how to navigate through college and enable that degree to be lucrative. And so what ends up happening is they're very confused, they graduate with no job, no purpose, and then they label these majors as like not worth it, useless majors. And I really thought that in this space, we could start to relanguage this and learn to understand our choices and then decide if it's right for us, but start to make those connections early. Thank you so much for watching. Today, we're going to take a quick look at the emergency management major. If you are interested in your options with this degree, stay tuned. Folks, emergency management majors learn how to prepare for, respond to, and recover from natural disasters, public health crises, and other emergencies. They study risk assessment, disaster planning, homeland security, and crisis communication, while also practicing decision-making under pressure. The program equips students with the skills needed to protect communities and organizations, often leading to careers in government, public safety, disaster relief, or nonprofit work. So you've graduated with a degree and you are curious about what areas you could work in, who the employers are, and if you are watching this video before you commit to the degree, you might be curious about what you can do to leverage yourself for opportunities for a return on investment. So let's get right to the areas. So I will talk about emergency management and disaster relief as an area that you are wishing to pursue. So what are the functions? What are the opportunities? So disaster mitigation planning, you can write that down. Procedure and policy development is another area. Emergency preparation, you're looking at preparedness training, response, mitigation and recovery, crisis management, and evaluation assessment, just to name a few. It's important, folks, that you start to develop the business language when it comes to selling your skill sets to employers. And this is why I wanted to use this channel to be able to give you and empower you with the language you need. So when I'm giving you these areas, you want to write them down and you want to use that when you are trying to talk about your area of expertise. And what's great about these areas is decide on the right one that's right for you. That's really the intention of sharing these. Okay, now, who is hiring? Who should you Google or look out for at your school career fair on the internet as you're trying to apply for positions, right? So let's take a quick look. You're looking at the local and state government, law enforcement, federal government. You're looking at the Department of Homeland Security, that is one employer. Federal Emergency Management Agency, write these down so you can Google them later. The military, you're looking at Peace Corps. The other employer is education institutions. So look at universities and colleges within your local area. Next, healthcare organizations. Look at hospitals, just to be able to see what the options are. And you get the gist of it. Another employer I'll throw in there is public health organizations as well. Now, what can you do while you are pursuing the degree to be able to really leverage yourself when it comes to opportunities? I was able to jot some of these things down to help you be able to plan. So when you're looking at the field of emergency management and disaster relief, this tends to overlap with a lot of other areas. So you're looking at law enforcement, you're looking at nursing, you're looking at social work. So one of the things I want you to consider is adding coursework that leverages some of these areas. So consider sociology, possibly as a minor. You can look at law enforcement level classes that you could take, maybe courses within criminology, for example. And the key about having electives that show your passion area for the degree is that they let the employer know as they're looking at your transcript, when you don't have any experience, that's what they look at, your resume, your transcript, that you're knowledgeable within these areas as well. So something to consider. The other thing that I would like for you to do outside of considering the core curriculum you're taking is volunteer and internships. So look at your local emergency management or disaster relief within your community. Seek training, shadow, observe. I think that this is really important because if you can use your summers wisely or maybe part-time shadowing observations, then that builds your resume and leverages you for opportunities as well. As always, one of the things I tell young professionals is develop strong communication, teamwork, and leadership skills. Learn how to handle stress because this allows the employer to see that when you're working in this profession that you're able to keep your calm, to keep cool, calm, and collected as you mitigate the particular disaster or emergency that is occurring. All right, you all waited for it, and I know some of you are excited about this. So what's the return on investment? What's the salary? How much money are you going to make with emergency management if you pursue it? Well, the entry level pay that I was able to research was from $57,000 to $75,000. That is actually a really good return on investment. I think a lot of it is also the demand for this degree, the different specialization. Remember those areas we talked about? So there's a huge return on investment just based on this degree and its importance within the community as well. Median salaries with at least a year or two or more experience. Currently, we're looking at $86,000 to start you off and higher. And I think that this is really great after you have gotten some experience, you are in management positions, to be able to continuously grow. When it comes to the job satisfaction rate, this is actually not surprising that it's a 3.95 out of a 5 scale when it comes to alum. A lot of it is because with emergency management, you really are making a difference in people's lives. So the sense of reward is high. And for a lot of people, when you are doing something that makes a difference, something that empowers your community, something with a sense of purpose every day, it does tend to make you really happy about your job. And so something to think about as well with this degree. All right, folks, and there you have it. And remember, for a detailed PDF with every area, every employer, and strategy, take a look at my website, MajorToCareer.org, scroll down to curated PDFs, click on the link, and you can request this PDF and any other PDF so that you can continuously get to know these degrees, what you can do, and prepare yourself for a return on investment. And if you're looking for guidance, specific guidance, I do have a free resource on my blog about the steps you can specifically take in a holistic way to ensure your major to career success. Link is in the information bar below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and join the family if you're new. And if you are working in emergency management, or if you were just really excited about the information you learned today, take a quick time to just write me a comment and maybe we can have a conversation about it. I think that it's important that we share our experiences with these degrees because there are people out there who are looking at pursuing these majors for their livelihood and for their future. And I think it's important that we have this conversation. Thank you so much for watching. Again, this is Coach K. Remember, employers hire people, not majors. Thank you for watching. Until my next video, everybody, bye.